well. This is a very inconsequential live where we're just walking around. Figure we'd digest some of the election results, wait for a few people to come in. Slept in until I think about 3 p.m. today, so nice to catch up. Hopefully you guys enjoyed all the coverage. The dog is happy. It's a full day. I had to leave him alone for quite a lot yesterday, so he's out and about today. Luckily, I told him, hey, today, you got nothing to worry about. Pardon me. Sorry about that. Sorry. Gotta sneak up on people.
I was wondering where the leash was at. I was like, if they're me with a leash.
He's so well behaved, never have one, but then, yeah. But then he's rude, though, and he'll sneak up on people, which isn't, he's got to make himself a little more known.
You're hard one ego.
Yeah. I can't mess up the ego. Well, fun. I appreciate it. There we go. I got some cool people. All right, we got 3 people. Not bad. We need some nice people in the neighborhood. Bob Cox, as always, the first one. Dog says hello to you, Bob Cox. But yeah, it was intense. I guess we'll start with the New York City. Hey, Lauren, nice to have you. We'll start with the New York City mayoral race. It was a decimation. And poor Curtis, man. It's hard because, you know, I appreciate all the access he gave me. You get to know people. And I got to know him and really admire him and appreciate him. And I was rooting for him in a real way. And it's sad because it shows that the machine, in some ways, still has some power of influence over folk. Sneaking around. Yeah, dog's right there. Dog says hello. But it's funny with everybody getting mad at Curtis for saying, oh, he should definitely drop out. Even if 100% of Curtis's votes went to Cuomo, Zoran still would have won by 2.5%. Meaning Curtis got 7, and Zoran beat Cuomo by 9.5%. So all of that stuff to get him out of the race, you know, there's still that claim he was a spoiler. He wasn't the spoiler. And Zoran ultimately got over half the vote. If you get over half the vote, it doesn't matter. Those people, the reality would have been the same. It's not like, oh, if Curtis is out, more people would vote for Cuomo, and Zoran would get 49, and Cuomo would get 51. Zoran got 50 point something. End of story. So, not that close of an election, 10-point spread, or more than that, like a 12-point spread. It was good coverage. Thank you, Bob Cox. I'm glad you enjoyed it. It was nice to grow with this YouTube. Because the Scientology stuff, it's like you're walking in a minefield, right? And you're going to lose subscribers on one side or the other. If you're not subservient to one side, you're going to lose subscribers from the other. People are going to pull you in. If you're critical in some regard, people are going to say you're being mean and nasty. So, you know, I mean, that's something I lament. So I'm probably drifting away more from the Scientology stuff simply because you can't win. And part of this is trying to grow your channel and invest in something that creates growth. And when the Scientology stuff is fractured in 4 different groups, people have their knife out for you, no matter what. It's either one group that has a knife for you or the other. And if you happen to agree with one group, then the other group hates you. And it's just, you know, you don't need to babysit various factions of people. But I'll still be there if ZDT shows up for a trial. Whenever that might be, I'll be there for DOA's trial. Cutie, says Guy Barton. Me or the dog? I'm kidding. Thank you. The dog is cute. I agree. Way to always back the winter stuff. You know it, David. You know I'm always back in the winners. You know I always am. Just like in New Hampshire primaries, Team Marianne Williamson. Always back in the winners. See, I never like the winners. The people who I vote for are always going to be the losers. By definition, the candidate who has less of a shot, the candidate who has least of a shot is probably the best candidate, right? Because the thing about politics is it's all about who you suck up to. How do you lie effectively? How do you manipulate? How are you become an opportunist to get where you're at? So if somebody doesn't have that, I'm thinking, oh, they're unencumbered. They don't owe favors. They're not corrupt. Of course, the good guys never win. Jennifer, hello. Nice to have you. Christy says, I'm in New Hampshire. We'll be up in New Hampshire covering the primary someday. Dog walks and sing-along tries are the best content. Thank you, Verity. Glad you enjoy it. Verity always appreciates my sing-alongs. We'll do some road trip stuff, too, in the future. I told you so, said El Sarmento. This is true. Are you concerned about your family fortune in New York? No. That's a good question. That's a fair question. No, because my mom has no ties to New York City, really. Her residence is Putnam County, which is north of Westchester. It's like an hour north of New York City, but it's not New York City. So Zoran wouldn't have anything to do with what she has. Come on, man, no lessons of politics today. I mean, this is the lesson. There's a lot of lessons to be gleaned. The big lesson is that the Democrats dominated. I was so wrong. The other thing I was very wrong about was Jack Citrelli. I thought the Republicans would win easily in New Jersey. It was such a close race last time. The polls had Phil Murphy versus Jack Citrelli. The polls had Murphy 10 to 12 points ahead. And then ultimately what happened is that Jack Citrelli only lost by 2 points. So everybody thought, well, if it was that close that time, then this is going to be a domination. There's going to be no other definition but like an absolute dominance. And it just goes to show people really hate Trump. This is all Trump's fault. And if you tie yourself to Trump, then congratulations, here's your golden noose, you just hung yourself. Which is why I think Curtis should run for governor next year of New York instead of Stefanik, who's such a Trump suck-up. She's just there to service him in more ways than one. And she'd go down in flames in an election that a more sensible Republican could win. So I'm hoping, I don't think he will, but Curtis being anti-Trump, I hope he runs for governor. Looks like Staten Island. It does look like Staten Island. It's funny, when you travel around, what you realize, everybody's like, oh my God, New Jersey sucks, New York is so much better. But the irony is, they all look pretty similar. And logistically, structurally, the blocks are kind of similar. We're in East Orange, which is just west of Newark. Do you think New York will fall? No, I don't think New York will fall. I don't think it's great. But there's a lot I liked about Zoran. I'm not socialist like he is. But I understand the affordability stuff. I'll listen to some music. Give me a moment, guys. Just figure out where to go. All right, guys. We're going to go to some pond. It's called Clark's Pond. We can do some music. I lost all of my watchers. Sad. The next 3 years, as long as Trump tears it all down, I am happy. We'll see. People are not on Team Trump at this point. Guys, just to look at the analysis of everything. Spanberger raped. I'm sorry, it was a rape. It was a rape of Nanjing, and the Democrats were the ones doing the raping. Mikey Sherrill didn't beat Citrelli. Mikey Sherrill raped Jack Citrelli. The scene in Deliverance where it goes now, and then the guy goes, squeal, boy. Like that was Sherrill making Citrelli squeal. That's the only visual. The only visual I could think is a rape. They got raped. It was that bad. 12 points. 12 points. Not close. And then in Virginia, that stupid guy, Jason Jones, who made all the text messages saying he wanted to kill a Republican legislator, everybody thought, well, at least he's going to lose. Nope, he still won because everybody hates Trump that much. That even that psychopath won 15 points. David, was it 15 points already? Yeah, this is a little extreme language. Sorry. But it's the best word I'm sorry, it's the best word to use. I shouldn't be using that extreme language, so I agree. Somebody says, I like Jack, says Chrissy. I like Jack a lot, too. I thought Jack would have been a better governor than Sherrill. I think New Jersey has gone to a not great place with some very hard left policies. The tragedy about Citrelli is one of the reasons I liked him is because he wasn't a Trump Republican. But, of course, out of fear, he hitched his wagon at Trump. And I thought this guy isn't a MAGA ideologue. He's kind of this classic type Republican, level-headed, not, extremely anti-immigrant, not divisive. I think he would have been a good governor. And this tragedy is he ran a much stronger campaign than Sherrill. It just goes to show that's how much people hate Trump. In another world, if Trump had moderate popularity, he's just only slightly unpopular, what would have happened is Citrelli would have won because Sherrill barely did bupkis. Sherrill was smart, though. Sherrill was like, I don't need to do shit. I'm going to keep myself safe. It's the same thing that Cuomo did, but it didn't work for Cuomo because it's different dynamics. And Sherrill said, I'm not going to have public events Very few of them. She did it the last week. Citrelli had a ton of public events. I got to see a lot more Citrelli because he had publicly accessible events. Cheryl's like, I'm going to make sure I don't avoid any media pitfalls, meaning if I have a public event and there's some protester who makes an ass out of me, i.e. what happened with Cuomo, that's more embarrassing. Or if somebody stumps me with a hard question, I can't answer it, that's more embarrassing than the potential new voters that you would win. And so therefore, the few times I have rallies, it's going to be invite only, right? Inviting union members, inviting Democratic Club members. It's going to be invite only. And I thought that's a recipe for disaster. She's running a crap campaign, but she is very smart. She realized all she had to do was nothing. That's it. MAGA is not in all cities, never has been. That's true. I have a Trump tower. I'll send you over the bridge, right? NYC won't fail. It will thrive. It will get a lot of immigration, says Mary. Will it thrive? My theory is it'll be self-sustaining as a... the thing is, crime in New York City hasn't changed dramatically from Giuliani to Bloomberg to de Blasio to Eric Adams. All of these very different people, the crime rate has remained relatively the same. So has the tax base. So has, for the first time, New York City's lost some people, probably due to affordability. I mean, I'm one of those people, right? I realize, even though there's a lot of news here, that I could never afford to have any semblance of a life in New York. That's why I'm staying in Newark and not New York City. Maybe if New York City had more reasonable lodging prices, they'd get my money. But they don't have those. They don't have that. So, such is the tragedy. Guys, please give me a super chat if you can. I'm broke as hell. Beautiful sunset. Hopefully, by the time we get to the end of the park, by the time we get to the other park, the sunset will still be happening. But it is beautiful. I will turn on some music. Now that the election is over, you can finally talk to me. Guys, if you have anything you want to ask me, I'm finally free to talk. I know some of you are like, ask this guy this. Hey, can you talk to me while you're filming somebody? No. Because that's rude. But now, you can talk to me. Do some serious XM. I'm still driving my mom's cars because I still can't afford to get my car transported. But someday, whoops, I gotta go. Jersey does not have good logistics. Extremely active on protecting animals protection. And New York City still has no kill shelters. I hope that Zoran appoints him as animal welfare czar. What happened to Camaro? The Camaro broke down. It's still in Ohio, and I don't have enough money because none of you else give me super chats, except for you, CC. Thank you. You've been helpful. But I still need to pay $600 to get my car transported, so I'm using my mom's. But I spent $600 instead to stay in Newark so I could be closer to New York City and New Jersey for the election. Style. Yeah, right. Listen to Little Richard. Sail, please come back where you belong. Lucille, please come back where you belong. I'm gonna tell you, baby, please don't leave me alone. I woke up this morning, Lucille was not in sight. I asked my friends about her, but all they did was fight. Lucille, please come back where you belong. Man, oh, man, you baby, please don't leave me alone. Best of the best. The great architect of rock and roll, Little Richard. Hey, Ephraim, nice to have you. How are you? This morning, Lucille was not in sight. I asked my friends about it, but all they did was fight. Lucille, please come back where you belong. When I tell you, baby, please don't leave me alone. Beautiful sunset, guys. It satisfies my heart. Lucille, it satisfies my heart. Such a wonderful song. Ain't nobody better than Little Richard. This is an alright song, but we'll see if there's some other good songs. I'm sad, guys. They had the 40s Junction, which is one of my favorite channels. They've now switched it to their frickin' Christmas music. It's a tragedy. Oh well. What can you do?
Nothing but blue sky.
Sorry, guys. Ran out of reception for no reason. Get a job. And get a job. Every day, walk, walk. Every day to say, get a job. I gotta see if the dog wants to walk more. If not, we'll drive to the dispensary. Sorry I lost all you guys. It was really weird. I was driving. I had 5 bars, and then for absolutely no reason, I ran out of reception for like 5 minutes. You want to walk? You're done? All right. I guess he's done. See some beautiful. See, sometimes I get pissed he doesn't walk. Because like I want to walk in this beautiful sunset. Cool, right? Guys, don't. Now I'm just looking at where to go. Do not leave me. Do not leave me. Give me 10 seconds. All right, guys, we're about to procure some cannabis. Cannabis procurement time. CC says, don't pick up your mom's car. You'll be in the doghouse again. Word. No worries. Cell towers have been pulling out. What's Starlink? I've heard that term before. I don't know what it is. Dodge is another that just doesn't care how bad his singing is. Hey, I could carry a tune for certain songs, and other songs I sound awful. Very fair style. I owe you a stream, by the way. Email me to remind me. Hey, Kiki, nice to have you. Dog is testifying. Very true. I'm good now. Glad. All right. Hopefully we won't lose reception again. I lost everybody. I got people back. Yep. Get a job. This is a Republican mantra. I get the paper, I read them through and through. I myself never failed to see if there is any work for me. And I'm coming to the house, hear that woman shout, preaching and a crying, tell me that I'm lying about a job. Fine, na 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 na, shana na na na, ba-doo, shana na na. Too bad we keep losing everything. Fucking lose. We lost reception again. Shit. Why do I keep losing reception? I'm in the middle of Newark. Sorry, guys.
70s on 7 is usually my second choice, but I like to tune in every once in a while. My go-to is always Elvis
Session's
Radio.
a disaster today.
Elvis fan. Thank you.
Keep
for
losing all of you.
Making us your
I don't
second
blame
choice, Lisa. But if you are listening right now, this is kind of fun. I've got some Elvis coming up after the Cars. Let's go. 70s on 7 with Lisa Evans.
I hate that song. Let's see what else is on. Boomers fucked us. That's true. I blame the boomers. Back when the dollar's worth $1, right? This is a good song, Sheryl Crow. I don't know where we are. Bloomfield? Of anarchy. Living in coffee and nicotine. Mandarin and all the things I seen were ever real. Were ever really happening. Day is a winding road. I get a little bit closer. Every day is a winding. I get a little bit closer. Day is a winding. That dog is an alien. He looks alien. Funny. He knows about Starlink. He looks like an alien. I mean, his face is very alien-like. Kind of what makes him cute. And the closer. Then fire is a winding road. Bloomfield, we are in Bloomfield. Alright, I gotta. Day is a winding road. We're not parking the IHOP because they're aggressively trying to leave the IHOP. Here we go. Here's the parking.
Sometimes we
Parking
air
is
a
never
replay
fun in
of
New
an
Jersey.
interview on where
May as
they
well
are
kill
now.
yourself.
Somebody I've spoken to in the past.
Here's
on Thursdays and Fridays.
pro
And
tip.
tomorrow and Friday we
If you're
have
gonna
one of my
park in New
favorite
Jersey,
interviews.
you should
Jaleel
kill
White.
yourself
He
instead.
wrote an autobiography that I
It'd be much
really
easier.
read carefully. When I was a kid growing up and I wanted to be an actor or a musician, this book would have been so helpful. He gave so much business advice and life advice. It's called Growing Up Urkel.
What weed
because
should I
he knows
get?
a lot
I'll
of
get the
people
same weed I get all
recognize
the
him
time.
from the character Urkel, but his advice
Indica.
comes from all different parts of his career. He's got a lot going on now, so tune in tomorrow and you can hear my conversation with Jaleel White. On where
Hey, at
they are
least,
now.
you know,
And
with
until-
Spanberger, Virginia, you know, you're going to be able to buy weed probably, which is a big deal because Glenn Youngkin was holding up the dispensary's ability to actually sell weed. And, like, weed is legal in Virginia, and you can legally order it as delivery, but you cannot buy it in a store. And now, because Glenn Youngkin was holding that up, and now you can buy weed in a store, which is very exciting. Because I'll be in Virginia for something. I forget what, but... This is a person who had I Saw the Sign. I don't know if she ever had another song. Fuck, where do I park? Oh. Sucks. Can't fix a dollar mistake with a tenth of a penny. Oh, this is a good song. You're gonna have to stop and not crash it into me, bro. Thank you. Here we go. Here's the parking. They say IHOP parking. Who gives a fuck? I don't respect IHOP. IHOP sucks balls. Where should I eat, by the way? Should I eat paella? Brazilian barbecue? To the lands of the great old sage, Oklahoma Hills, where I was born.
Where the black rose flows and the snow white.
The Oklahoma Hills, where I was born. Way down yonder in the Indian Nation, I rode my pony to the reservation, to the Oklahoma Hills, where I was born. Look on the bright side, the rest of this nation's currency is even worthless. This is very true. All right, guys, I'm gonna sign off because I had to buy stuff and deal stuff. Just want a little chat. Maybe we'll do another little catch up. Hopefully, I didn't lose any subscribers, but I might have. Love you guys. Thanks for. Sorry the reception is so bad. CC says Starlink is your savior, but you won't like it. Methamphetamine. Hey, you want to give me a super chat for some meth? I will gladly accept that super chat. Please do. Meth for president, I guess.